Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Systemist Show. We have an amazing show today. We're going to be talking about human design, the inner you. I have a special guest named Tracy Coe, who's a human design chart reader. Please introduce yourself, Tracy, so people know who you are.
Hi everyone, my name is Tracy. I'm from Hong Kong. I hope you have been to Hong Kong, and it is an amazing place. And I'm a human design chart reader. Yeah, and we are going to talk about what is human design today.
I'm super excited to have you. If you're just tuning in, or if you're tuning in for the first time, we welcome you. Please like, share, comment, tag a friend. So let's get right into it, Tracy. We're going to talk about the origin of human design. Can you tell people a little bit about the origin of human design for people who don't know what it is?
Sure. So, human design is a system that is come into existence, I think, for about 30 or 40 years. So, it has a very, very special origin because it's a channeling material. So, there's a Canadian guy, and his name is Wauhu. So, at that time, he was living in Spain. There's an island called Ibiza in Spain, and one day when he is coming home, he heard a voice, and the voice told him the everything and the whole system about human design. And the voice told him that this is a system that is going to help the upcoming generations to be who they are, and he is going to be the one who is going to spread the message. And of course, he was scared. Like he was not really scared, but I mean he was shocked by the whole experience. And I think he said that he kind of like hide out all the information for the first couple of years because he was no sure he was not so sure about the whole thing. But then when he started to really look into it and experiment with it, he sees the truth of human design. And so he has been working with a lot of people like since then to like validate the informations of human design, and he has dedicated the rest of his life to let human design be known to the world, and he did. I think it's in a very short period of time. I think many people in the whole world like starting to really understand him start to really understand human design, and a lot of people do have get a lot of benefits, yeah, from understanding their human design.
So, how did you get into human design?
I got into human design when I started my spiritual journey. So when I was starting to understand like the law of attractions and a lot of things related to spirituality, there was a lady that I knew at that time. She was organizing an event, and in that event, she invited different friends who is specialized in different spiritual modalities, and one of them specialized in human design. And so that was the very first time that I understand. I mean, not understand, like I knew that there's something called human design.
So, can you tell people like the different areas of human design?
Mm-hmm. What do you mean, like different area?
So, like for people who don't know about human
Mm-hmm.
design, right?
Mm-hmm.
They dictate based on like some of the charts that you see.
Mm-hmm.
Their people have different personality types, or they have different types to
Mm-hmm.
describe themselves. Can you talk a little bit about the types?
Okay. So the types. Okay, now I got you what you are saying. All right. So human design is a system that helps you understand who you are, why you are the way you are. It's basically like understanding the genetic wiring of you. So in human design, uh, there are five types, and the and they are manifestor, generator, manifesting generator, projector, and reflector. And if you are a manifestor by design, you are an initiator. You're here to show people how to do things. You're here to initiate. You are here to be the first to do things and then to show people like how to do things. And you are often the people who are here to start things rolling and then hands it out to other people to finish it. And the power of the manifester is in the initiating stage. And a lot of time the manifester, they can feel that power inside of them, and they're most happiest. I mean, they are so when if they are in a situation where they have control, they have the freedom and the space to do whatever that they want, and to be able to put all their energy to get something rolling, and then to have it hands off to other people, they will be the most happiest person on earth. And then there will be the generator and the manifesting generator. So Tamika, you are the manifesting generator, right? So manifesting generator are the multi-passions. They are inborn multi-passions. They love to have multiple projects going on, and they were more charming people when they are doing things that lights them up. And yeah, I can see like the smile in your face, right? You feel so much resonance inside you, right? And a lot of time, the manifesting generator growing up, they will like hear people to tell them like, okay, just focus on one thing, because if you're not focused, you're not going to be successful. And I have like heard so many manifesting generator told me that like how that phrase is hurting them, because like deep inside they know that it's not because they don't want to focus, it's because they cannot. It's just they have so much energy and they just have so many interests in so many different things, and they just want to have like the fingers on different things, and it actually like makes them happy and lights them up when they have multiple projects going on at the same time. And I often like see manifesting generators rise when they are doing multiple things at the same time, rather than just focusing on one thing. And then, yes, you want to say something?
That's definitely true, because that's definitely who I am. Being a business owner, you know what I'm saying? Yes, they always tell you do one thing and make it the main thing, but it lights me up because I do a lot of things that it coincides in my business, but it helps other people. So when I first did the chart, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. It's different. This is not my world. But after doing the chart, I was like, that's totally me. And it kind of helped me lead into really like some of the feelings, emotions that I was dealing with as a business owner, but as an individual, and why I do what I do. So I think a lot of people who don't know what human design is, they have to understand that everybody has a personality type, or everybody has a type, right? You might not know what your type is. You might not know why you do what you do. But when I first found out about human design, I was like, okay, is that something, that's just, sometimes you think like, okay, is that something spiritual, or is that something, of the unknown, right? Because a lot of people don't know about human design. But when you actually did my chart and we sat and we spoke about human design, I was like, the world needs to hear about human design, because it will show you, right, how you work in business, but also how you are in your personal life, because it tells you about how you move. It tells you about how you do things, how you process things. And I think it's super important for people to really know. So I want to say I do appreciate you for telling people the origin and telling people exactly a little bit about human design. And guess what, you guys? We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk more to Tracy. back. Welcome back. We've been talking about human design, the inner you. We were just talking about the origin of human design with Tracy, who is a human design chart reader, right? So now we're going to kind of talk about, can human design really help you obtain better job relationships, right? Because knowing who you are, knowing what you do, right? And some of the relationships that you have along the way. Can you speak to people about the fact of human design and how it relates to the business relationships?
Yes, sure. Like, okay, first of all, I think what human design help people is it brings so much validations to you, because I think no matter like whether you're doing your business or general in life, you have doubts around yourself, right? And especially you were seeing like a lot of people doing a lot of things like very different from you, and you were like, okay, so what am I doing? Or is the way that I'm doing correct, or should I change? Especially in the business world, when like so many successful people are telling you like what you should do in order to be successful, and you were like, okay, he or she is so much more successful than me, so should I like just follow her footsteps in order to attain the success that I really want? And I think this is the power of human design, because it helps you to understand, okay, who you are and the special way for you to do things. So, for example, you as a manifesting generator, you're here to do what lights you up. And I often see manifesting generator, when they are doing what lights them up, life is so much like one so much smooth for them. It's like things just comes into them, and it's like, okay, it's like one girl, a friend of mine, she is a manifesting generator, and she's just got into business, helping people to around the area of art. So she's teaching people like how to do art like in a very different ways, and this is like something that speaks to her, and I can really like see that lights her up. And ever since she started her business, she has no problem getting clients. I can see that, and it's not like she knows how to do marketing. It's basically like because she is doing what she is happy, and uh, clients just throw to her. And this is a lot of time like what I see happened in business with manifesting generator, and is to give permissions to yourself to do a business probably different from other people, meaning that in order to maybe instead of like doing marketing or business in a way that everyone is doing or successful people are doing, give permissions to yourself to do it in a way that excites you, that lights you up, because it's going to bring much more success to you.
I
Does that
definitely
make sense?
agree. No, definitely, I definitely agree. It definitely does make sense
Mm-hmm.
because being being that, right? In my business, I run it different from most people who do what I do, right? Because I like to do multiple things. But I do it in a way where my clients are getting supported and I'm able to help them in the key areas that they need help, right? And I think as having business relationships, I like to partner and I like to have relationship with people who are the opposite of me because
Mm-hmm.
it brings out in me, the different qualities, right? I
Mm-hmm.
feel like sometimes because I'm like go, 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 and I'm constantly doing different things, having someone who is more like, okay, structured, more like one thing, and they're focused on that until they get it right, versus me, I'm like, okay, I did this, okay, I did this, I'm bored now, okay, what's next? It kind of helps you with that parallel relationships. And I think in business, it's good to have relationships with people who are different than you and who bring a different quality, right? Because not only can it help you in your business, because where you fall short, they might be like, okay, let's do this or try this, right? And I know in your business, you probably see people all the time that are different, have different characteristics, different behaviors, but they're kind of like stuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you explain to people who are stuck and really don't know where they fall, how to
Mm-hmm.
function with the relationships that have either affected them or either been good to them?
Okay, so one of the things that I help them is through their profile. So in human design, besides the types, we have talked about like the manifestor, generator, manifesting generator, projector, and reflector. There's another thing called the profile. So there's 12 profile, and you are a 6-2 profile. And okay, so if you look at your human design, you will see two number. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So that's two, like it could be 1, 3, it could be 2, 4, it could be like 3, 6, or 4, 1, like that. So if you have a 1 in your profile, if you're wondering whether what you're doing or whether you are in the right business or right career or in general, whether in your right directions in life, the one question that I help clients or I would love clients to ask themselves is, do you feel drawn to understand all the informations about what you're doing? Because if you have a 1 in your profile, it's very natural for you to want to know everything about what you're doing. It's like an indication. It's like if you find yourself like trying to find out all the information, like want to get down the rabbit hole and get the foundation of something, it means that this is something that you are drawn into and something that you're interested into, and it's an indication that you are on the right career path or in the right path in general in life. But if you find out it's like, okay, I'm in a manager position, but I don't want to know everything about what I'm doing. I don't want to know about the company. I don't want to know about everything related to my job. I just want to get out, and I just want to get up and then get out. I just want to get the money, and you have no interest in all the details about what you're doing. So it's probably a very good indication that you are in a wrong career. Does that make sense? So okay, so if you have a 2, if you have a 2 in your profile, the correct career, the correct thing is this something that comes easy to you. So if you are doing something that you feel like, oh, it's so easy, it's like something it's just like maybe something that you do it like for the first time, but it's just everything is like, okay, you don't know why, but you just pick things up like pretty easily. It's like it's like very natural. It's like a second nature to you. Then it's a very good indication that you are on the right career path. But if it's like something, okay, cannot understand at all, it's like so hard. It's like, I have done it once, but I forget. And then how should I do it again? So if this is the case, and it's like if you feel like you're struggling, it's like, okay, it's like you have spent so much time like learning all this stuff, and it's like you still feel so hard to do it. It's probably an indication that it's not the right career for you. And then if you have a 3 or a 6 in your profile, ask yourself, are you enjoying the whole process of trial and error? Are you enjoying the whole learning process? If you feel like, okay, yeah, there's like ups and downs, there are failures, there's success, but I'm still enjoying the process. You feel like I'm learning so much during the process. I was like, okay, I feel this way, but I want to get up and then try it again until I get it right. If that's how you're feeling, then it's an indication that you are on the right career path or in the right path in life in general. But if you're like, I feel stuck, like I failed this and I don't want to try it again. It's like, I don't want to do it again. It hurts so bad. I feel so much frustration in the whole trial and error process. If that's the case, it's a very good indication that maybe you're in the wrong position, or you are like not allowing yourself to do things differently than others. Yeah.
When you were talking, I was like, that's definitely me as a 2, because what I do, the business that I do, doing like a lot of the tech stuff, the systems, the automation, right? That lights me up. It's super easy. Like if I don't know something, I can go in, play around with it, and like I get it, right? And then it's like I kind of fell into it, not knowing that this was something I was really passionate about and I love to do. So when people talk about tech, I smile because I'm like, I love it. And I'm like, it's not that difficult. But what's not difficult for me, like you said, it could be difficult for other people. But it literally lights me up. So when you were talking about 2 and 6, I'm like, I could do tech with my eyes closed. I could do it in my sleep. But that's me, right? But it allows me in my business to do multiple things, right? Because the fact that I like to do multiple things and I'm a multitasker as per, the human design, right? I can help people with email marketing. I can help people with, funnels, websites. I can help them with, different things, but I'm still in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm still in alignment with helping people. That's why when people come to me, they're like, well, how can you help me? And I tell them, they're like, oh, but you do a lot. I'm like, no, but it's all in the same wheelhouse. It's all in systems, automation, but it's a matter of the areas that are part of systems and automation. So I'm in the right field. I'm in the right profession because not only can I help them do it, show them how to do it and train them, but I also can do it for them and not have anyone worry about it, right? So I definitely, yes, it did take a lot of trial and error for me to figure out my path because I've done so many things in between, right? I've done, paralegal. I loved it. I still love it, right? But then I did mental health. Then I did other things, coaching, consulting, and now I'm doing systems and automation. So the human design chart really works because it just confirmed to me that that's definitely me. I'm definitely a multitasker, but I definitely fall into doing the things that I love to do. So that's like, paralegal, systems automation. That's like, mental health. All of that I love to do and I love helping people. So it really has helped me a lot. So I do want to appreciate the fact that you basically broke down for people that wherever you fall within the chart is based on who you already are, and sometimes we don't know who we are because we're still trying to figure it out. But human design seems like to me that if I would have known this a long time ago, it probably would have helped me alleviate some of the road bumps that I went through because I would have been okay with accepting who I was, not thinking like, oh, there's something wrong with me because I'm doing so much or because I like to move around and kind of dip my toes in the water of different things, but I'm skilled in a lot of things. So I like the fact that what you do and the the real world joy of bringing people inner peace, right? Letting them know that however you are, however you were born, it's okay because it will allow you to do what you love to do in your business, but it also allows you to help your clients, help your prospects, and it also allows you to get familiar with how people behave, right? So when we interact with clients and prospects and different businesses, right, we're all not the same. So if you see certain characteristics, you can say, oh, okay, they're the opposite. But you kind of have an idea of how to work with them, how to partner with them, and collaborate with them. And I think human design is super perfect for that because it allows you to put on that face and say, you know what, this is something that can be done. So I want to appreciate you saying that. We're going to take another commercial break and then we're going to come back with Tracy and we're going to talk more about human design. Welcome back. Welcome back. I want to say thank you for watching. If you're just tuning in or you're just catching this, please put any comments that you have. Tracy will answer them. I will answer them. Please like, share, and comment. And I want to say thank you, right? I've been talking to Tracy about human design, the inner you, right? We've been talking about the origin. We've been talking about business relationships, right? And she's been giving some really good insights, right? I learned about myself, things that I was doing, behaviors that I was transitioning into, and not realizing that's really who I was, right? So now we're going to kind of talk about how can you fix those characteristics, right, that are not serving you.
Mm-hmm.
So
one thing I like about human design is it not only tell you your strength, but it also tell you your challenges and your weakness. So for example, as a manifesting generator, your strength is you are capable of multi-passioning, but one of your weakness is impatience. So with understanding like the design in you is impatience, so you brought awareness to it when it comes up. Yeah, and then it's very important if you're a manifesting generator to understand that most of the time, like people are not going to be able to keep up with you, and to have that awareness to allow people to not keeping up with you or forcing people to keep up with you. I think then that basic awareness could change a lot of relationships. I know you have 5 kids, right? And I think, yeah, you can understand it. Like some kids is like more like slower by nature, right? And if you're not understanding the differences between you and your children, you are like, why are you so slow? Like you see, mommy is like doing everything so quickly, and so why are you so slow? But with that understanding, you see that it brings so much peace between in the relationships.
it definitely does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being the fact that I am a mom of 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's their personalities are so different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of my kids they're like me, go, 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 go. And some of my kids are kind of laid back, kind of move at their own pace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that you say that I'm impatient, right? Because I am sometimes, especially it's like when like I'll send somebody something, or if I need something, it's kind of like I'm like kind of like, well, I kind of act like people are supposed to respond how I respond, how it's like immediate, like right away. So I had to kind of pivot and change that a lot, within my business, because I realized that not everybody is like that. Not everybody, if they see something, they're going to respond. Some people, it takes them, longer than others, but I had to also include that boundary, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where the impatience come from, because I didn't really have the boundaries set up for that. So I just kind of thought like if I responded or if I see something, they're supposed to respond. Not knowing that sometimes everybody's boundaries are different in business,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And even with my kids, I had to say to myself, like, okay, I have to not be so impatient. I have to just let them do it at their own speed, let them do it at their own pace as long as it gets done, right? Because I used to be like the mom that, okay, if I ask you to do something, I mean for you to do it like right then and there. And if it's not done, guess what? I'm like, okay, let me do it. Like, it's so I know it gets done.
Mm-hmm.
But it also allowed me just to say to myself, like, I don't have to be so rush. I don't have to be so go. Like, I don't have to make everything perfect. Like, I don't have to do everything all at once. There's something that I can leave for another day or do the most important thing. It helped me really with me prioritizing my life in so many ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that, I went through the human design and you kind of, laid out certain things. And mind you, we didn't meet. We never met prior to,
Yeah.
this, right? So the fact that we never met prior to this, you're on like the other side of the world, right? And the fact that you were able to tell me like my personality through a human design, through a chart, right? That was so amazing, because I'm like, wow, like if she could tell me who I am, not even meeting me, never like really having a conversation with me, that can be a game changer for people in this world to know really who they are, because a lot of people are walking around and don't know who they are, and they're business owners, or they're just, you know, working a regular 9 to 5, and then wondering why they don't love their careers. They're wondering why nothing's really going the way it's supposed to go, because like you said, if you don't love what you do, it's not going to work, right? Like, you could be in a job for 12 years, 15 years and not love what you do, whether it's for the pay or whether it's just because, right? So you have to realize, I think, with the fact with the whole human design, that everybody's different, right? Everybody's different. And the fact that there are really people out there that can tell you who you are and tell you where you should focus a lot of your time in your career path.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you tell people? What do you say to people who this is the first time that they ever really got into human design, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like some of the characteristics of human design based on what you have told us, right? What can you tell somebody who feels like they may fall in two different categories?
What do you mean?
So like, for example, like
Mhm.
when I was doing my chart, right?
Mhm.
And I said to you, I have traits that are the manifesto generator, but I have traits of the other one as well. And I asked you, can I fall in two different categories? And
Okay. All right, I understand. Okay. So because we don't have like lots of time, and it's like human design is like a whole big system that I can like talk about like for days, many days. And so I know like some people is like, okay, I resonate with this piece, but I also resonate with this piece, and it's usually because I mean it's not usually, it's definitely because it's related to the other designs in you, because when you look at the human design, there are many different parts, right? So there are many different parts that could contribute to the feeling that you have. Yeah.
that's super amazing. I want to say so much, like, thank you for just coming and speaking about human design and just letting people know, you know, a little bit about human design, right? So for all you guys that are watching, listen, human design is super important, and it will change your life in so many ways. It will allow you to open up like who you are and what you do, right? So please tell people where they can follow you and get in touch with you to find out more.
Yeah, sure. You can find me out with my website, souljourney.info. Yeah, so there are resources up there that you can listen to. Yeah, and then if you want to know, like have a like one-on-one in-depth conversation with me, you can book my sessions through the website.
I want to say thank you so much for coming. Thank everybody for tuning in and watching. Please, if you have any questions, please put them in and we'll come back and we'll answer them, and Tracy will answer them. But if you want to know more about human design and the origin and just who you are, the inner you, please reach out to Tracy. So I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will definitely see you next week at the same time, same place. Talk to you guys later. Have a good day.